Hey everyone, welcome back to my show. I'm Molly. Today is going to be a bit of a long video because I will be talking about how to deal with bullying. It's going to be a few scenarios. The first one is actually going to be a bit more comedy related because I got it off cracked.com, so you know that it's not going to be entirely serious. And the rest of them will be serious, so don't worry. Like, this isn't just going to be comedy. I would like to start off by apologizing for my voice. My voice and my nose. I have a bit of a cold. But I promise I do a video every week, so this was the first time this week that I have the chance, and it'll be the last time this week that I have a chance. So, I just love you guys that much. Alright, let's do this. This article is called 7 Time Tested Ways to Deal with Bullies. This is the cracked.com article. Yes, that's where I was looking for. Okay, first off, I'm starting with number 5, and it says, make yourself look larger. The first sentence is, this is a favorite technique of cats and other small mammals designed to make themselves look larger and less appetizing to any potential predator. I'm skipping to the last paragraph, but there's no reason to be so literal-minded and make yourself look actually bigger. Instead, just make yourself less of a target, figure out what's making you stick out, and change that immediately. Wear better clothes, get a haircut by a person who cuts hair for money, and stop talking so much about Justin Bieber, who sucks now, and talk more about One Direction, who are the best. That's a little biased. I will admit that. I personally like Nickelback. One Direction's okay. And Justin Bieber was kinda decent when he started. I don't know, my opinion. Continuing with the list, I will have the links for all the articles that I do posted in the description. I just don't have enough time to go through every single sentence in these things, or even every single bullet point, like every number. Alright. Number 4 is fire. It says, all bullies are weak against fire. All humans, really. There is something deeply upsetting about being set on fire, and that's something that can be taken advantage of vis-a-vis setting a bully on fire. However, like a double-edged metaphor, fire can bite you in the ass, because if you do in fact set someone on fire, you're going to look like a crazy person and be treated accordingly. Now, that is just the first paragraph of it. I'm not going to go through the rest of that one because it's actually very long. Alright, I'm going to skip to number 2, living a good life. This is traditionally the most effective way to get back at a bully, with the minor caveat that it doesn't get the bully in any particular way at all, because he won't hear about the good life you're living or care if he did. It says, it turns out that one of the side effects of living a good life is that it helps turn you into a psychologically well-balanced person who doesn't need to get back at the bully or even think about him at all. Alright. And then number 1 is living a good life, and then when everyone is impressed by how well you're doing, fire. This says, this works just the same as the previous entry, except that one night, after you've put the children to bed and told your wife not to wait up while you pursue your boat catalog, you slip out the side window of your house and go set your former bully on fire. Well, they combine number 2 and number 4. That's something. I didn't really read everything in the parts that I did read. Like I said, the link will be posted in the description, so you can get to it from there and you can read it. Okay. Anywho, let's continue. Okay, so that's a long article. I should have read through these before starting up the video. Okay. I'm going to start off by talking about the kinds of bullying in an article from a website called helpguide.org. Alright, types of bullying. Physical bullying, which is hitting, pushing, threatening, threatening to do it, stealing, hiding, ruining things, hazing, harassment, humiliation, like physical bullying. It's horrible. It happened to me a couple times in high school. Okay, next is verbal bullying. Name calling, teasing, taunting, insulting, or otherwise verbally abusing someone. That also happened to me in high school and middle school. Even a little outside of school, so there's a reason I'm doing this video. To prevent kids like me from getting bullied. Wish someone did a video like this for me back when I was in school. And maybe they didn't, I just didn't see it. Oh well, too late for that now. Okay, the last one they say is relationship bullying, which is refusing to talk to someone, excluding someone from groups of activities, spreading lies or rumors about someone, hazing, harassment, humiliation. Physical bullying and relationship bullying have that one in common. Bullying is a horrible thing. It's basically one of the main reasons why someone bullies is because they don't understand something, they feel threatened by it, don't know how to deal with it, and they take it out on the person. Or they're being bullied themselves and just want someone to take it out on so that they feel better. And most of the time they don't actually feel better about it. So, so why do they continue doing it? I have no idea. Maybe to continue trying to make themselves feel better, even though they most likely won't? I don't know, you gotta ask a bully. Okay, tips for dealing with the bully. Walk away, protect yourself, report the bullying to an adult, and then repeat all those as necessary. Let's see. Then frame the problem of bullying, try to view bullying from a different perspective, look at the big picture, focus on the positive, find the humor, don't try to control the uncontrollable. And then find support from those who don't bully, find others who share your same values and interests, share your feelings, boost your confidence, don't beat yourself up. Alright, that's all I'm going to read from this website. Like I said, I'm going to be posting these links in the description. I'll be repeating that like 500 times in this video. So you'll be able to read these on your own. Sorry, just that was dealing with bullies at school. Okay, let's continue. This next article is from humanresources.about.com, and This is how to deal with bullying in the workplace. So how do you deal with a bully? You set limits on what you will tolerate from a bully. It's basically standing up for yourself. Describe the behavior you see the bully exhibiting. Like, you regularly enter my cubicle, lean over my shoulder, and read my personal correspondence on my computer screen. Tell the bully exactly how his behavior is impacting your work. Because much of my work is confidential, these actions make me feel as if I need to hide what I am working on from you or change screens, which is a waste of my time. And tell the bully what behavior you will not put up with in the future. In the future, you are not to enter my cubicle unless I invite you to come in. This is my private workspace and your actions are unwelcome. It says stick with your statement, and if the bully violates your space, move on to confrontation. Now this is a long article, so I am just going to move on to the very last part of it, which is tell management and HR about the bully. You've tried to implement these recommendations, but they aren't working to stop the bully. It's time to get help. Go to HR or your manager with your evidence, especially the evidence that demonstrates the impact of the bully on the business, and file a formal complaint. Hopefully it doesn't come to that. Hopefully nobody gets bullied. I know that's not true, but it's what I'm hoping. That's in the workplace. This last article is about dealing with bullying within your family. I'm going to be posting all of these links in the description. It's only 4 articles, but they're all decently long. Some of them longer than others. The Cracked.com one is the longest, but that one I just put in for a laugh. Okay, it's the family bullying one is from SheKnows.com, and the first part of it is, just because they are family doesn't mean they can't be wrong. The first sentence is, passive-aggressive behavior, manipulation, sexual abuse, and verbal abuse, and domestic violence have no place in a family. Basically saying, if you're being abused, it's not okay, and yeah, it's not okay, they're wrong. Just because they're family doesn't mean that you can excuse the behavior. That is basically what this first paragraph is saying. Like, it's not healthy, it's abuse like any other. Just because they're your family and they're your flesh and blood, doesn't mean that they have the right to do that to you. Second paragraph. It's okay to create space. First sentence, one of the hardest things in dealing with an abusive family is creating space between you and your family members. This is saying that if you're being abused, you can separate yourself from your family. It's okay to do that. I mean, you're not being treated right, so why stick around? I mean, like, you don't... It's not like completely getting away from them unless the situation is that bad. It's more like not answering their phone calls, texts, emails. You can keep to yourself a little bit more. Just take your space. And if it is that bad that you have to get out of there, I would actually suggest talking to someone about that. I mean, if you're a kid and you're being abused by your family, talk to your school. If you're an adult and you're being abused by family members, it's that bad that you have to get out of there, just research places to go. Talk to friends. Just get opinions. Alright, last part of the article. Should I confront the abuse? I'm going to read the first little paragraph of this, because it's just a note. Note, the most important thing you can do when you are dealing with the bully in your family is to reach out for help. Work with a mental health counselor, reach out to your friends, develop connections within your community. By creating healthy relationships, you will not feel so guilty about getting rid of the bad ones. And then the next little paragraph says, the answer, it depends. Now, I just hit my knee into my computer table. What this is saying is you have to assess the situation. Sometimes the answer is yes, sometimes the answer is no. If the situation is dangerous, the answer most of the time is no. Like if the person doesn't know that they're being abusive and they're not willing to accept that fact, don't confront it. It'll only make things worse. There is a way to get the feelings out. The article suggests writing a letter you'll never send. Like, just write it out, then rip it up and burn it. Don't send it. Or like you could do an email, like write an email you'll never send. Type it up, and then when you're done with it and you see it and you read it over, delete it. Alright. That was actually the end of this article. It's a short article. What is my advice for bullying from my personal experience? My advice is try to ignore it if you can. If it's so bad that you can't ignore it, try telling somebody. If nobody will listen to it or they feel they can't help, tell somebody else. There's always someone that you can tell who will do something to help you. Like back in high school, I got bullied, and in 11th grade, I tried telling one of my teachers, and he said there was nothing that he could do about it. Even though he knew what was going on, it was like right in front of his face. I got really upset. I talked to one of my friends in my next class, and we went and talked to the vice principal. And the vice principal came, he sat in on the class and saw what was going on, talked to the kids, and they didn't bother me for a while. No, the other kids started bothering me after that, but that's a different story. Kind of. I didn't do anything for those people. I just ignored them and tried to block them out. Doesn't always work though. Now, that's at school. At school, try telling a teacher, try telling a principal. If you're in college and you're getting bullied, tell a professor, tell the dean. It's a little bit harder in college because the professors don't have as much power as, like, teachers in grade school do. Like, we're adults in college. We're supposed to be able to, like, think for ourselves. But standing up to a bully is not always the best thing to do. Now, in the workplace, yes, I've been bullied at my work. I've had 2 jobs, and I'm not saying which one that I was bullied at. In the workplace, best thing you can do is go to a manager. Go to a manager, tell them, have them help you deal with it. Now, at home, like in your family, yes, I've had bullying in my family also. But that's not something, I'm not going to say an example. But what you do there is, if you're not living with the person, stop talking to them. You don't have to talk to them. You know, it's like the article that I just read said. Give yourself space. So, that's my spiel on bullying. Just try to get yourself out of the situation as best as you can. There's always someone or some way that can help. So, I hope it works. And if it doesn't, just keep on trying, and eventually you'll either get away from the people and never see them again, or you'll all just or they'll grow up and will realize how stupid they were, or if they don't, you'll be a grown-up and you can just get away from them, depending on how old you are when watching this video. Okay, that is all for today. I will see you guys next week. Like, subscribe, whatever you want. Bye bye.